You've inspired me. Right, here goes. Okay. So, I hello everybody. Firstly, can I say how proud I am to be here today and thank the NKF for inviting me to come along and share my words with you. I am Lorraine Pooley, who will be becoming known more as Purple Chick in the renal and organ donation arena. I am 53, mum to 3 special adult children, a grandson and one on the way, dog and chicks. I have the rarely known polycystic kidney disease, but hope to change that with work that I'm doing. This has not dominated my life, but has had an impact. From the moment this took, what I really wanted to do today was to talk live from my kidney about taking control during my journey. But with anti-rejection drugs, age, busy mind, etc., if I don't stick to this script I've written that's come from my heart, then there is a very big possibility that I may not get across why I am here today, and no way would I let that happen. Simply but shockingly, I had my fistula access for haemodialysis almost blown twice in 2011 during my hospital stay following my right nephrectomy operation pre-transplant. It was no excuses, that this should not have happened. And I'm still here now harping on about it. From the moment this took place, both in the evening when I was semi-conscious, this set off a whole series of actions, emotions, anxiety. And, I asked the staff for something to go on my arm to alert medics about my fistula, and I got told they had nothing. So I insisted, that's probably when I got a little bit better, and they made me a shift sleeve out of gauze, and I asked to be wrote on it, this arm has got a fistula and is not to be used. But, when I was going to sleep and procedures, I still worried. It kept me awake and I kept feeling at it just to make sure it didn't drop off. And every handover, if it was not mentioned that I had a fistula, I found myself informing new staff and going, excuse me, you've missed this out. I have to say that, here today, I'm still psychologically affected by this. Psychology is a massive thing that I'm fighting for at the moment. I was vulnerable, I was scared, I was weak, I was recovering from an operation where I almost died. I just started my first dialysis session. It was like, what the hell? I lost trust straight away in my day-to-day patient care thereafter. I was disgusted at what happened, and I should not have had to ask for help in protecting my fistula. Why did the staff not know about this? Why was it not communicated effectively? Why did I have to alert medics? I was in for a renal operation. This was my lifeline. I'd looked after and stuck to my amazing vascular surgeon's words. You treat this like gold, Lorraine. This is your lifeline. So once back at my designated acute dialysis unit, I noticed fistula awareness bands, which I've got here, which you can see, okay? And this has got on it, a lot of you will have seen these, and these were on the dialysis reception left by the local Lancashire and South Cumbria Kidney Patient Association. And I quite like this idea, and so I bought a couple for £1, and I felt quite happy knowing that I was wearing something I thought would alert medics and people outside of the hospital not to use my arm for BP and for needling. I actually felt a bit safer and empowered at that time, but I still found myself, even wearing it, that I had to use my voice too. I bought myself an iPad. This was light and easy to use with touch screen, and I started a blog about my days on dialysis with, record of my progress, etc. But, moving on, the thing, from that op in 2011, I began my Wish for a Kidney campaign on the 13th of December 2030, which is the anniversary of my dad dying of an aneurysm from this disease, encompassing more than my goal of being on a platform which is here. So I've waited a long time for this, believe you me, which I shared. I went on a patient leadership course with the BKPA, which was excellent, and my goal on there was to be on a platform. And I was very determined to get this message out there. So I then went on from that, and I decided to promote the fistula access care subject and awareness band in October 2013 as a starter point to empower patients in their access care. I was already a member of a number of social media Facebook groups, and I'd made many friends because we understand each other as patients and we connect. And I decided I needed to put a post up about the fistula awareness ban, and there's reasons for that because there were a lot of people on there talking about this problem. And I thought, I wanted to alert others to my experience around my access journey. On one group, the Renal Patient Support Group, Shahid Mohammed, co-founder and chief in research for the group, was enthused by my proactiveness and the positive benefit and empowerment my post was giving to other members. And from that, I agreed with him to set up a folder to keep this an ongoing project because you got new members all the time, so it was an ongoing thing, and I kept seeing things on there all the time. I received, over the period of a month, 110 comments on the Renal Patient Support Group relating to various areas where care official access can be or should be improved, and many fellow patients sharing their psychological issues, plus private messages, phone calls, over 100 likes, and ongoing conversations daily about fistula care. From my posting on several other additional renal forums, my campaign went into receiving over 180 comments in the same period, in total of a month again. And this, I kept updating, I'm on the groups and I'm there. If I see a patient that's having problems with a fistula, I jump in there and I guide them, this should not be happening, but this is what I do. I've lost action now of how many times I've helped people, but just every day there is a patient on there asking for help. And if I see, then I respond and I guide. I'm not a medic, I'm a patient, but I'm doing the job that other people should be doing, in my opinion. So the clear message I wanted to get across in all this was, wearing this awareness band was a catalyst really for where I'm going with this particular thing. It makes you feel safe, less vulnerable, less scared, and in control. It's about being in control of you. It's sad, but we have to do it more and more. However, I also want to express that it's important to ensure that you get more understanding about your fistular access. Even if you've been told it, we get all this stuff thrown at us and it goes over our head because we've been told things. It's to empower yourself in your care, but to alert others around you. Make sure that they know what you know, because that is the snowball effect and that's what will make a difference. This is all to ensure that on any fistula, on any hospital ward, not just renal, it could be in an ambulance, it could be anywhere in a care home, etc., that the staff become more aware. This has to happen. In addition to my social media awareness, I was also still in collaboration with my renal hospital and got involved in the fundraising side with my campaign. And from that, I'd had an idea that I'd played around with my head on fistula, on dialysis, writing poems and little notes and things like that. And I came up with this pack. And this pack is for patients. I came up with this, and it's become, well, they've taken the project and it's been trialled, the satellite units, and it's been received well, and I've got some really positive comments, and I'm so happy and overwhelmed by the comments. This isn't about me, this is about patients, because when I left dialysis, it broke my heart, leaving these people behind, and you don't forget, and I've lost nearly all my family through it. So, also, what I've done is I've done an abstract from my campaign, because I can't share everything with you today, but any of you are welcome to talk to me afterwards, please do. And I've got this abstract that I've submitted to Involve in Birmingham in November. So I'm there for 2 days talking to a wider audience in the medical arena about this. Because, just like this photograph, this photograph here, is a friend of mine who did everything she could before she went in for an operation. She wrote on her arm, she had 2 bands on, she told everybody going about this particular fistula that she had. She was going for a gallbladder operation to make room for a kidney. And what happened in that operation is they damaged her kidney. I'm still a bit nervous. They damaged her fistula, and it was irreparable, and she's gone on to a longer journey, and so I'm in contact with her regularly, and she's allowed me to use her photograph. But of all the comments, all these hundreds of comments, and I'm still getting them, you know, this is like me, you know, with mine. You know, I put this sleeve on. I even told the cleaner, you know, everybody. I was just like sharing it with everybody, and even going into the theatre, you know, the anaesthetist would joke and say, "Oh, we'll put Lorraine's cuff on this arm," you know, and I used to go, right, okay, you know, but if it's helping other people, other patients, sorry, then that's what it's all about for me. You know, we need, as patients, it's great today for me to be here amongst fellow voices like this, you know, it's unbelievable. And I'm touched by it, and I do get touched when I read. There's lots of people I know at the moment that are going through trauma. And you know, my own brother, you know, he's having issues. And so, you know, we have to use our voices. Education, you know, moving forward massively. And I'm hoping that from Involve and other avenues that I'm going down, because I have been down some paths, believe you me, because I'm quite determined. You know, I've been ill for a number of years. When you lose your family, you know, your dad, you know, it's 42, sorry, he was 36 when he died, I was 11. You don't take that lightly. You know, I'm keeping him alive, really. So I just want to leave you with that. Psychologically, psychology, psychologists, all that, I'm fighting for it, because renal is not understood. You know, I get sick of the fact that some areas haven't got psychologists. Some have, but then there's a waiting list for them. So there's a lot that I'm doing, but the fistula is the thing for me. And I hope that I empower you today, and that, you know, you don't have to experience what I went through. And I don't think anybody can understand anything that any of us are going through unless you've been through it. But I know that I have met a lot of people that have gone through this, and I know for a fact that they're grateful now. There's fistula awareness bands all over the place, you know. I get messages, "Oh, we've got him in at the unit now," you know. So I am doing, you know. So anyway, thank you, because I'm going to... Okay, thanks very much. Thank you.